Hey everybody, Miguel here from Ben's Dog Walking Club. I am a dog walker and behaviorist. So in this video, I was hoping to answer a common question that dog owners have, especially if it's their first dog or they have a new dog. Regardless if it's a puppy or a dog that you adopted, dog that you brought into your life, no? The common question always is, does my dog need training? Okay, so yun yung palaging tanong. Kailangan ko ba talaga ipatrain yung aso ko? I think when a lot of people ask that question, it's because they don't really know what they're looking for, or what they're looking for is a well-behaved dog. So pag sinabi mong, usually when they say it, when they ask it, it's coming from a place of them wanting to make sure that their dog grows up or develops to become a well-behaved dog. Okay. Now, when it comes to dog training, no, unfortunately, the training does not guarantee that you will get a well-behaved dog after the training. Kasi pag sinabing training, yung basic obedience, I'm sure nakikita nyo na to if you've done a bit of research yourself, go on to Facebook, ganyan, and then you look at the services, no, maraming training courses online. One of the first things that you'll see there is basic obedience, and then we latch onto that yung basic, so you think that that's what you need, basic obedience. So it makes sense naman from that standpoint, pero a lot of people skip yung dog psychology part of it. They go straight into the training, di ba? Straight into the training of sit, down, calm, stay, heel. Yan yung five na pinaka-basic. Thinking that that will give them an obedient dog or a well-behaved dog. So pwedeng you have an illusion of an obedient dog because the dog has learned commands. Yun yung thing, no? Pag sabi mo training, you're teaching the dog commands basically. But you're not necessarily teaching the dog how to behave, right? How to think or what to think. And so that's where dog psychology comes in. So pag sabi mong dog psychology, it's the understanding of how does a dog think ba? Okay, and then if I understand how he thinks and I understand his language, then I can communicate in a way that he understands. Yung nagkakaintindihan kami, di ba? And then I can, therefore, provide his needs. Ano bang kailangan niya? So, parang sa tao, di ba? If we understand what this other person needs, then I can provide it. It's easier for me to provide it. So, is dog training bad? No, absolutely not. Walang masama sa dog training. No? Dog training is a very, very good thing that you can do with your dog, especially if you're doing it yourself and not someone else doing it for you. But just make sure that we're not skipping the dog psychology part of it. So pag sinabing dog psychology, it's the understanding of how they think so we can provide what they need. Okay, so what do they need? 3 things, basically. Exercise, discipline, and affection. In that order. Okay, exercise, discipline, and then affection. So I'll break them down one by one. So pag sabing exercise, it's taking the dog for a long walk. Exercise is not 5 to 10 minutes of walking outside. When I say exercise, it's migrating with your dog. You have to simulate migration with your dog. Yun yung exercise. So that's usually 30 minutes to an hour, depending on the dog's energy level. No? And then discipline. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is structure. So, if we're able to provide structure sa buhay nila, what does that mean? It means rules, boundaries, and limitations. So, lahat tayo sa buhay natin, we all have rules, boundaries, limitations, right? So, pag lumabas tayo, there are rules, there are laws that we need to follow. There are boundaries. Meron tayong pwedeng puntahan, hindi pwedeng puntahan. And then may limits tayo sa sarili natin, right? We can't indulge too much into things, right? Because anything that's too much, masama yun. So, rules, boundaries, and limitations, no, sobrang importante nun sa buhay ng aso because it gives him clarity. So, kung may clarity siya, it's easier for you to develop that trust. Diba? Because that's what you want, a dog that you can trust. Because if you have a dog that you can trust, then you can give more freedom, right? Freedom sa loob ng bahay, freedom sa labas, because you trust your dog, because you've practiced discipline. You have discipline. Okay? And then last is affection. Affection, yun so notice that, affection is last. Pinakahuli yung love. Okay? Because once he's earned it, he drained the physical energy, you stimulated the mind through exercise, and then you did the discipline. So rules, boundaries, and limitations starts inside the house, and then you transfer it outside. After that's done, you already automatically get a calmer dog. Mas kalmado na yan kaagad. Wala ka pang ginagawa. Yun palang ginagawa mo, mas kalmado na siya. And then that's when you give love because you give affection to the thing that you want to nurture. Okay, so whatever you notice, you nurture. So, kung kalmado siya, you give affection to that, then you reinforce that calmness. Yun yung importante. So before we look at basic obedience or dog training per se, in the traditional sense, yung the stuff that I mentioned earlier, no, yung mga sit-downs, yung mga commands na ganyan, let's make sure that we don't skip dog psychology, because if we don't skip dog psychology and we fulfill the needs of a dog, they will naturally give you their obedience. So it's more than basic obedience, it's natural obedience, otherwise known as loyalty. So you get the dog's loyalty, right? And then if you have that, then you can decide later on if you still want to do training. Pero don't skip dog psychology. It's super important. So if you found this video helpful, I'd love for you to like it, give us a follow, and leave a comment below of what other videos you'd like to see next. And I'll see you on the next one. Thanks!